One impossible shot inspired an entire short film. The reason I wrote it, the reason I brought this ragtag group of filmmakers together, the reason we almost froze to death in the dead of winter. And yet, at the end of the day, we knew this impossible shot would be our downfall. I'm Daniel Duane, director and producer at Mad Fox's Film Club. For me, this shot was very close to my heart. It represented a climax in the story of a mother, separated from her family, wrestling with the emotional torment of being alone in a post-apocalyptic world. It's the moment when everything she's been through finally comes to a tipping point. Her world has been turned completely and utterly upside down. This was the image I had in my head when I conceived of A Quiet Winter. Everything else in the script evolved from this moment. As the director, I wanted the camera to reflect this inner turmoil and chaos our character was feeling. So I started thinking of references. What shots could possibly encapsulate everything I needed to say in this moment? Would it be the infamous dolly zoom, made famous by Steven Spielberg in the movie Jaws? Or maybe something like the crucifixion pose in Oliver Stone's Platoon? And then, one of my all-time favorite films came to mind. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, directed by David Fincher. In this shot, the camera pushes in towards the main character from behind, then does a full 180-degree tilt down. Finally, I found it. The perfect shot to represent the main character's internal place in this story. The upside down motion mirroring the fact that her world has been turned upside down. Then, to truly make the shot the climax of the movie, the actress will let out a gut-wrenching scream. The kind of scream that wins Academy Awards. Here's the problem. After doing a bit of research, I found this behind-the-scenes footage. David Fincher achieved the shot by using a robotic camera arm. Of course, he's got a multi-million-dollar budget. Why not use the most high-tech gear out there? The only thing is, our budget is this much. Zero. So, what do we have? A gimbal, something that can make similar camera movements with reasonable precision, and a camera op who's built like Henry Cavill. I'm serious, look at this dude. If anyone can go toe-to-toe with David Fincher's robo-arm, it's my dude, Adam. I brought the idea to Adam, and after he agreed, we finally had a plan to manually create the shot with nothing but a gimbal and sheer manpower. And after running a few tests, we were convinced we could do this. A few weeks later, the script was finished. We put out a casting call, locked down our locations, and pulled together the crew at Mad Fox's Film Club. By the way, this video is not sponsored, but it is brought to you by the crew at Mad Fox's Film Club. We're a full-service commercial production company based in Detroit, Michigan. To work with us, go to madfoxesfilmclub.com, or to support our passion projects and see more behind the scenes, visit our Patreon. Links in the description. Finally, it's the first day of production, and we have just 2 days to complete all of our scenes. Now, this scene, the impossible shot, we saved for last. After a long day of filming in an Arctic tundra that was actually more of a city park.
Walk off camera, slow push. We're not gonna do a tilt up or anything. She's gonna walk right through the shot.
Okay.
Action. Action. What up, YouTube? So I want you to kind of like pivot around me to show the fact that we're in the middle of a park. Okay, so we're in the middle of this park. There's literally stuff everywhere. There's a jungle gym. There's like multiple pavilions, as you see here. There's like a bazillion kids over there. But if you watch the scene playback, you don't see any of that. And that is part of the movie magic. We're over here trying to frame the shots in a way that it looks like we're just out in the middle of nowhere. Like we're out in this field somewhere, you know. That's one of the things you need to keep in mind as you're making your films. Like, you might never think, oh, let me shoot in the middle of a busy park for an apocalyptic film, but you can make it happen. So yeah, this is a great example of that.
And after capturing some beautiful low light scenes, courtesy of the Sony FX3, more on that in another video, so subscribe. We finally were ready for one of the most difficult camera maneuvers of our lives. The thing is, we were almost out of time. It was getting late and we had just 30 minutes left on the clock before we needed to wrap. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is 11:30 p.m. and we have 30 minutes left with our actress to get what I'm calling the impossible shot. This is a shot that David Fincher did with a robot arm. We're gonna try and do it with a gimbal. So basically the way this shot works is it starts behind the character and it's gonna go all the way over and end up completely upside down facing the character's face. So let's see if we can pull this off in 30 minutes. Start the timer. We captured take after take after take, and after almost nailing it, the clock was almost up. 2 minutes, 3 minutes flat, okay.
All right, here we go.
Finally, it was down to just one more take. No matter what happened, this was it.
I'm rewatching the last one because I feel like I messed up a little. Yeah, this. Dang it.
And so close. The take was almost perfect. Almost. We wrapped the set, everyone went home, and I sat down to review the footage. Everything we had captured that day looked impeccable, except the one fateful shot. As I was playing back the footage, I was reminded of the theme of the film, A Quiet Winter. Quiet being the key word. Every shot and every scene represented this idea of stillness that pervaded the script, except one. I started thinking, maybe this shot, which sounded so good on paper, wasn't really the right shot for this movie. So, as directors often do, I decided to kill my darling. The next day, I arrived on set and informed the crew there would be one new scene added to today's schedule. But before we could get on with the new scene, we had a long day of filming ahead of us. Once again, we found ourselves filming in below freezing temperatures, this time in the true Michigan wilderness. By the end of the day, it was safe to say we could not feel our toes. Except our actress, who we provided a portable heater to keep her warm, the rest of us got to freeze. We arrived at our previous location, Mr. Cavill set up the shot, and I gave the actress her new direction. This time the scene would be true and honest to the heart of the story. Here's the result.
I've spent so long searching for what was lost. Answers, meaning, the life I once had. But the truth is, some things are gone. No amount of searching will bring them back.
Finally, we nailed the shot that encapsulated the theme of this movie. And the actress conveyed it perfectly in this one raw, emotional moment. The quiet desperation, the final tear signaling the climactic internal turning point. This is what filmmaking is all about. So, what did we learn? Well, this is one of the most important lessons for a director. It's not about the shot, it's about the feeling. Every scene, every shot, every direction given needs to serve the story. Always be asking yourself, is this right for my film? But also give yourself room to fail, because it's in those failures where true filmmaking begins.